If I had to choose a listening style that suited me best, I would have to say the people oriented listening style. I am a very um, open person. I love communicating with my peers and family. Have a genuine compassion for those around me and their emotions and their feelings. I care about what they're going through. I care about how they feel, and I go above and beyond to try and understand them at a deeper and interpersonal level. I want them to feel heard and feel understood, and I feel like being a part, and I feel that that really describes what a people-oriented person really is. Um, a specific example of a time where I use this listening style would have to be when would have to be during a conversation I had with my friends where we discussed how they were feeling about a certain person in our group. I understood why they felt the way they did, and I decided that you know I should listen and just kind of take in whatever they had coming, even if I didn't always agree with what they had to say. I still listened, and I still took into consideration how they were feeling, um, despite my biases or opinions. I had a genuine care for how they felt, and I just wanted to make sure that they felt heard and understood. Um, Ultimately, we did have to exclude someone from the group, unfortunately, because of these continued situations. But I feel that it was for the best, and it was able to not it was for the best, not just for our group, but also for that person in specific. And I just don't think that is a very healthy environment for them either. Um, I would I like to say that I don't always I'm not always influenced by those around me, but I think a lot of the time, as much as I feel so confident in myself, I do slip up, and I think, and the only example I can think of is when I was with my group of friends. Um, we felt very frustrated at a specific person because of the way they were acting, and we decided that they genuinely should work on themselves and just kind of change for the better. The problem with that, however, was how we approached it as a group. We came in very hostile, and that only pushed them away. Unfortunately, it isn't something that I'm proud of. It isn't something that I would go out of my way to do again, but it is something that did happen, unfortunately, and I figured I'd put it out there. And I would to wrap up, generally one time that I genuinely felt discouraged to express my emotions would have to be uh, because would have to be because of the way my father responded to me uh, during an argument we had, and he saw that I was tearing up and feeling frustrated, and he proceeded to tell me about how um, you know men aren't supposed to cry, and how I'm not allowed to, because he wasn't allowed to. And that just generational issue of like machismo really, it really stung, because I felt like I could really trust my father at that time. I felt really vulnerable, and hearing that from him just kind of made me not want to open up as much. You know, I felt really down. I stepped away, and I cried more in my room because I felt so hurt. Um, I don't think it was fair of him to have spoken to me that way, and I did express that later on with him, and he's ever since then he has been a lot more understanding about the way I feel. But yeah, I just wanted to wrap that up. This is my journal entry for journal number 4. I appreciate, you know, I appreciate you guys listening. Thank you very much, and have a great day.